Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Distant Worlds 2, a new Space 4X strategy game developed by Codeforce and published by Slytherin and Matrix Games. This is the galaxy that we exist in. This is a maximum size galaxy of 2,000 star systems with a 10 by 10 grid map. You can see it's a classic galaxy with a dense outer ring, a dense inner ring, and a little bit less in the middle. And we are a human race with one colony, but we are beginning to spread into this northern section of the galaxy on the outer rim. We only have one colony, one planet with human civilization living on it. That's in the Lavisar Junction section. We have 3.5 billion people on a moon planet, a continental moon, but we have begun to spread through the galaxy. Perhaps like locusts, we have begun to spread through many neighboring systems. You can see these red dots indicate various starships in transit to and from mining facilities. I don't know if we can see them when they're in warp. I don't think we can when they're out of a system, but you can see like all the way out here to Mershram, this red giant star system. We've begun building mining facilities on many of these planets here, rocky silicon planets with mine facilities here. We have, or actually that's a surveyor currently researching there, but we've got something else up here too, a construction ship building a mining facility on this frozen gas giant, which has Krypton and Argon. And so you can see here we have many ships in transit all over these different systems, but we haven't really yet, as far as I'm aware, found a system with habitable traits for humanity. We found like a moss grove forest somewhere. I'm trying to remember where exactly that was. So in theory, maybe there's a planet or two that might be susceptible to human life. Oh, here it is, a mangrove forest moon. It says colonization suitability 0% though, so maybe not. It does say quality 45%, -5 for human though. So that like might be the closest we found to a habitable planet yet, but still pretty limited in terms of places to go. So certainly places to exploit. Our civilian mining fleet is growing. We have considerable resources that we are mining. You can see all the different trade routes that exist throughout the galaxy, all to funnel their resources back to the home planet. We have 9 exploration ships that are out there trying to find additional places for us to go. You can see these like orange and red circles indicate where our 9 exploration ships are currently. We also let's see here. We have 18 mining locations. This feels almost like with the big board where you've got a guy with like a long penter point pointing to the like different targets and like in red circles or whatever for the Cold War. But anyway, 18 different mining facilities. 18 new mining facilities. We've got 5 mining ships. We've built 2 fuel tankers. We may want to build some more. We have 2 construction yards, a spaceport off the planet that we all live on, and then Earth itself, which is the name of the planet. We have 5 construction ships currently. We could probably build more if we really want to ramp up on that civilian mining production. We have 14 military ships. One of those is a destroyer that we got, which basically accounts to half the firepower of our fleet. We have 11 escorts and 2 tankers. And that's the situation we find ourselves in the year 2780, May 16th. If we zoom into our home planet, I do want to start reducing some of these pirate facilities. So there's an asteroid field over here in our own home territory with a 1700 strength mining facility in the Lavisar Junction station. Not mining facility, but pirate facility. So like I want to start reducing those, but I don't really have the strength to do that yet. I'm also curious about a deep ocean planet. It says quality 40, but it's deep ocean, so there's not really continents on here. So I guess there might be resources there, but probably nothing for us to exist on. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to do at this point. We are making a good chunk of change. We got 75,000 credits in the bank with a 1,000 cash flow positive. In addition to that, we are also generating bonus income to the tune of 7,000 credits this year through shipbuilding, because apparently in this world, the government has a monopoly on shipbuilding. We had 13,000 last year and like 25,000 the year before that. So we did upgrade the civilian fleets when we researched some new technology, which resulted in a lot of construction occurring all at once and really building a healthy war chest, if you will. But yeah, so I guess, you know, we are building, I think I ordered the construction of something. Or maybe not. I wanted to build another research exploration ship because we have upgraded our exploration ships to have a survey module, which I believe improves the quality of the research that occurs on them. So we'll build, I guess, 2 more survey ships, and then let's also go ahead and build 2 more construction ships so we can start really ramping up the civilian economy there a bit. We've assigned our 2 fuel ships, one of them anyway, to the first fleet also. Now there are other like systems I want to try and clear out. So we've got a safer area to mine in. There are various pirate locations throughout the galaxy near us or far, but we've also detected some like space creatures which we would want to destroy as well, which could be threats to us. We know that one of the pirate bases is up here at Sakura. So this is, if we zoom in here, there's a pirate location. It's just off a gas giant, and you can see here, this is one of the pirates who's been raiding us pretty consistently, the secret shelter of the Sakura Ravagers. Their strength is about 900 at this facility, and it's preventing us from being able to research out here to the right. We know the gas giant has some, looks like Krypton, and I'm assuming that's Argon, or Caslon, which is fuel. That's actually a very important resource for us. But we haven't really begun exploiting this system yet, and the fact that there's pirates there is going to make that more challenging. All right, go ahead and assign that. Additionally, the secret or the dirty pirates here are located in this other system, which is also not yet fully explored, and they're over this way. And so I'd like to begin reducing these guys. These guys have about 1,000 strength. I want to start clearing my space out of enemy pirates, but the problem is I don't have warships to do that yet. And what I mean by that is we have escorts. So if we actually take a look here, so we're finishing some of those construction ships, but if we take a look at the actual situation here in our fleet, we can take a look and see that the fleet consists of a destroyer, which is 450 or almost 500 strength. And then the rest of these escorts are like 40 to 27 strength. And I'm not sure why these guys are 27 and these guys are 40. They're the same ship, they're the same class. They have very different, oh, I guess they're not all up refitted, huh? Okay, well, let's do that. Can we order the whole fleet to refit? Refuel and repair, no, I want to retrofit. All right, well, that's the fleet, so I guess let's go do that. Apparently I haven't been retrofitting my ships to the latest design. V2, V1, retrofit. So yeah, a lot of my fleet is not upgraded. I thought they automatically did that, but the civilian fleet does, but I guess not the military fleet, which I control. Okay. So we're retrofitting those ships. I think that'll get our strength up a little bit, but you can still see it's like less than 10% of the destroyer's strength. And if we're really trying to knock out a enemy facility that is, 1,700, we'd have to build so many ships, we would probably bankrupt ourselves doing that. So I'm not really sure what the best way to go about that is. Speaking of retrofitting ships, do we need to recall some of our research ships and stuff? Like, are these guys not already using the latest design? I don't know if I've ever retrofitted my exploration ships or construction ships. These are all V4. So those are fine. Explorations are set to auto, so maybe they already... Looks like they all upgraded as well. Meanwhile, our cash flow just got incredibly nice, up to 3,000. Which is like perfect timing when you consider the fact that we're no longer building a whole bunch of civilian ships at the moment. I'm guessing that has to do with like new mines and stuff coming online. We also have a lot of like we have independent traders, which I guess would be like outside our galaxy. All right. Go build that stiff. So one of the things I did want to do was I did want to go ahead and build my fleet up, as I said. But part of the problem with that is the current designs of ships. So if we go to our current escort, which is a V2, you can see its attack strength is 10 with a 41 defense, 13 maneuver, and 3.9 scanners. Now, if we go and we build a new class of ships, let's say we want to build a heavy escort. We just unlocked 2 new escort types, heavy escorts and patrol escorts, which in theory, their hull size is 15 larger than a regular escort. Their maximum size is 25, 40 larger than a regular escort. And so these two represent new hulls that should, in theory, be considerable upgrades. But if we auto design this escort here, we can see this escort still is limited to 2 weapon slots, which is going to limit us to basically the same firepower. You can see the firepower is 10 rather than 8, but that's just because it's got 2 long-range cannons. The long-range cannons are pretty short-ranged, actually. So if we wanted to replace them with something with a bit longer range, which would be like a plasma torpedo, which has a 1400 range when the cannons have 800, then you can see our attack strength is exactly the same on a bigger hull, but exactly the same as our current escort class, which is in production. So then you can see, well, the defense strength is 6 lower, but that's just because we've got standard armor in this design. So the design includes standard armor in on the hull with an external bay for a deflector shield. But if we were to go ahead and replace that standard armor with a V2 version of the deflector shield, the defensive strength is basically the exact same as what we had on our existing escort class. If you take a look at the sensor array, we're still limited to 1, which is a proximity sensor. I would rather have a target tracking sensor, but I don't think you can have a ship without at least a proximity sensor to like scan what's out there. Still limited to 2 engines. We've got more fuel. We've got, you know, better power setup. Like our warp setup is the same, but our ship will have a longer range. But other than a longer range, that's like the only benefit that this particular hull has over the basic hull at this point with our current tech that's unlocked. So we could try and add something like maybe a patrol escort, but it's going to be on the same size hull. So if we auto generate a patrol escort, it's the exact same thing. The only difference is the patrol escort does get an extra engine, so you can get better speed and maneuverability on that. You know, you could go with a 3rd ion engine, which is like a pretty considerable 1/3 increase in speed. Or if you wanted, you could go with directional thrusters, which is going to increase maneuverability, which I assume would be useful in combat, but it's not going to make you any faster. So like, there's an engine benefit there, but otherwise it's the same ship. I don't see the purpose in building either of those designs at this time. So that goes to the question of, well, what are we researching to unlock things? Well, we actually apparently just finished something, or finished something since the last time I looked. We're currently researching basic medical systems, basic recreation systems, early beam weapons, basic countermeasures, and system patrol starship. The system patrol starship, maybe we should bump up the priority. It would be nice to have a frigate, which will definitely be a step up in terms of shipping. You can see the hull size is going to increase another 10. Weapon systems will increase from 2 to 3 standard and 1 large, so almost doubling the weapons systems. 3 engines like the patrol frigate, 3 defensive sectors, so that'll give us better shielding. 2 sensors, so we could have a proximity and a target tracking. So this is going to be a pretty considerable upgrade for us shipping wise. to have the frigate. So we'll upgrade that priority. We may even launch a crash program to get that done more quickly. We're researching basic medical supplies. What did we just finished something else too. I'm not sure exactly what it was. Oh, I think it was expanded space stations, which allows the building of large mining stations or resort stations. So I don't think we need like the recreation systems or other things like that to have any kind of resort station be worthwhile, I think. But the large mining stations may make our economy more efficient, allow us to mine stuff more efficiently. So that's something to consider. You can see the economy is still churning along. Looks like our cash flow took a bit of a hit down to 1,400. Probably because we're doing some considerable construction. Also, if we zoom out here, we can see the galaxy continues to expand. Or not the galaxy, but our research section in the galaxy. We also do have one nearby independent colony. They're not an empire. They're an independent colony that exists to the north of us. A pretty small population, only 170 million on this planet here of Hackadishes. The planet is not suitable for humans, I don't think. It is a marshy swamp moon, but they like it. So, you know, by all means, they can stay there. It does look like their economy may not be in great shape. But they're happy. And we've begun forming diplomatic relations with them. I'm not really doing a whole lot. I'm largely just leaving it to my diplomats. Where can we see them? But we are following a diplomatic strategy. They're currently troubled by my strange alien ways. We've given them gifts. And I think we need to unlock better diplomacy options in the tech tree to improve our relations with these people. I like to call them the frog people. They kind of look like frogs. But they don't seem like too much of a threat right now. They're an independent colony and they don't seem to have a ton of warships or anything that I've seen. So I think the sort of order of priority that we need to come up with is we need to go ahead and we need to research frigates, you know, recreation facilities or whatever could be an option to give us some extra cash. Why would I accept this? The Dread Consortium. We're not paying you right now and you're not attacking me. Why would I pay you now to not attack me when you're not attacking me? And if you do attack me, you know, as long as you keep attacking my home world, which has been the strategy the pirates have followed so far, I don't have to worry too much. If the pirates started attacking all of these trade routes all throughout these galaxies, that would be a major problem for us. But I think we destroyed the majority of their ships. And so they still have their space stations, which are blocking up parts of star systems. But I think we destroyed most of their ships. I don't want to give them money to build more ships. But as I was saying, the priority for me is upgrading my fleet with better warships. And then once we do that, once we upgrade the fleet with better warships, then starting to clear out some of these galaxies. I also think we need to research better sensors. So we are working on countermeasures, which is I guess, not really a sensor, but it's a thing. So yeah, we should line up. We've got basic exploration scanners. I mean, I probably need to unlock better civilian ships too to have better like exploration ships. Command center. Let's work on research labs. And then maybe space commerce. Oh, I don't know if I can queue anything else up right now. So this might be a quiet turn. We're up to $96,000. It's nice to have a lot of money, but I don't know what to spend it on. I don't know, like, what are our fuel ships doing here now? Transfer fuel to Brisk Shroud. So we've got one fuel ship that's assigned to the fleet. We've got one fuel ship that's assigned to the fleet. We've got one that is transferring fuel to different bases. So maybe we should build another. I don't know if we make money off that. Maybe. It's hard to tell. But it might not be a bad idea to have a few more fuel tankers. I would assume that'll at least help transfer fuel between different facilities, which will be useful for, you know, keeping our commerce flowing. So let's go ahead and build a couple more tankers, 2 more tankers. Got to keep that, you know, shipbuilding economy flowing. If the civilians aren't building it, we got to make sure that our facility stays sharp and that we don't, you know, allow our economy to atrophy and lose the expertise. None of this is in the game. I'm just making it up for lore's sake. A nice healthy 11,000 income. Do we make money when we make our own ships, or is that just civilian ship? I'm assuming it's civilian shipping. Building ships for other empires, including independent colonies. So, like, yeah, that's another cool thing, is like the independent colonies up here, if the Hakadush want warships, I don't know if we would sell them that, but if they want like tankers or civilian ships or things like that, yeah, we can definitely be a exporter of ships. What's up here? Is this like a ruin? Surveyor. Unknown ruins. Interesting. Well, we're surveying it, so maybe we'll uncover what the heck this is. So it looks like up there at the Jawai system, there's some ruins that were detected. Ancient Xenox outpost. We've discovered the ancient Xenox outpost, ancient ruins from a lost civilization at the ice tundra planet in the Jawala system. Should we investigate the ruins? We can investigate the outpost or leave the ruins alone. Let's investigate it. We have found the ruins of what appears to be an ancient... Okay, so we've found the remains of an ancient outpost. The surface destruction is almost total, but preliminary investigation suggests there may be intact chambers beneath the surface. Perhaps we could learn the outpost's purpose and how it was destroyed. It's going to cost 35,000, but what else am I using my money for? Let's see what it is. An ancient terraforming device. We've discovered an ancient terraforming device which in time can make the planet habitable. The world was once intended to be colonized by the Xenox, but they were forced to evacuate as the ancient war moved closer. The Xenox then turned this world into a listening post to spy on their enemies. When the Xenox realized its location had been discovered, they destroyed the outpost themselves. Their logs are hidden beneath the rubble, and they suggest that none but the Xenox would be able to locate and access them. The ancient Xenox are indeed an arrogant people. Also among the ruins was discovered an ancient poem called the Epic of the Betrayal. It was discovered within a pyramid-shaped hologram projector, which when activated displays and recounts the tale of the dramatic audiovisual reading. It is full of histrionics and bluster, but further study may reveal some valuable insights. Okay. Ancient terraforming device. Does that do anything for me, research-wise? New tech completed. The Epic of the Betrayal. Our recent acquisition of the Epic of the Betrayal has completed the following research project. Basic diplomacy with the Xenox language and expressions. Effective diplomacy, Xenox culture and customs. Cool. Well, we haven't run into the Xenox yet, but that's interesting. We've discovered ale. Hell yeah, brother. Give me some ale. All right, let's go ahead and build a mining station. Another mining station. And our new fuel tankers are completed. All right. Good to know. I also want to clear out like some of these space bugs that we've seen from time to time. Although I don't see any indications that they're hanging around our systems. It's interesting. I would have thought that like the space bugs would have given me a little bit of a headache. but so far not so much. We are working on research labs, system patrols, medical systems, and countermeasures. Let's start a crash program. There. Okay. We're at 100,000 income. Didn't I just spend 30 grand on that stuff? I'm confused. It's like it didn't deduct the 30 grand. By the way, we're now building apparently $40,000 worth of ships. Man, we're just like the frickin' British Empire of shipbuilding. All right, let's build another one of these. We also don't have any like empires or other groups that we've discovered. One of the things that I know one of you guys mentioned was like, when you start expanding, be careful, because if you run into other, you know, civilizations and your ships or your commerce constantly traverses their systems, they're going to get real pissed at you. We haven't really had that issue up north yet at the Hackendishes, I don't think. Yeah, no impact on them, but they're an independent. They're not an empire. I guess with this much money, I mean, we could just take a risk and build a whole bunch of escorts and try and go crush those pirates. The flip side of that, though, is with the research where it is, medical facilities are done. Patrol starships, we have a crash program going on with them. We probably want better weapons than what we have too, though, also. So how do starfighters work? You need a starfighter bay on one of your ships. Does it have to be on a destroyer, or can it be on something smaller? I don't know. I know those bases have them. We can improve our troops. We can go droids, robotic troops, or genetic replication, which I assume are like clones. So how do railguns compare? Railgun range is 880. That's kinetic weapons. Long range cannon are 800. Damage is 9.2 at max range. Damage is 11 at max range. I feel like railguns are something that would be worth looking into. How do beam weapons compare? Huh. So they're still pretty destructive. Do they have nuclear missiles in here anywhere? Advanced missiles. I don't see anything about nuclear missiles. All right, well, we'll just keep churning out cash. I'm going to build a fleet, an attack fleet that I think is going to entirely consist of frigates once we get that research done. This is one of those games, though, where it's very dangerous from a game player perspective because... Oh, wait, let's pause. Because it is very easy to be like, oh, well, I'll wait on doing anything until I get that next tech, and there's always going to be a next tech. Oh, my God. Research ship Celestial Treasure has run into a Vorkador, 500 strength, and a smaller Vorkador of 1,000 strength. And these things honestly just give me the heebie-jeebies. Where are we? Where is this? So 1,600 strength on the extreme eastern edge of what we've explored so far. Ugh, space monsters. Escape from here. Let's see if you get out of there. We're taking some kind of damage from the damn things. Did we escape? Or did we blow up? I think they destroyed it. There's adjacent systems. But that one was called Celestial something, right? I don't see that anywhere. Shit. Well, that sucks. And that, I mean, that's a strong monster thing too. Like if they came to these other systems around us, we'd be kind of screwed. If they move in tandem. Huh. Didn't say they were abandoned. There's a debris field here. What are we discovering here? We've discovered hidden items at the Verubian in this system. Okay, well it just makes it easier to defend, but we don't have, it's a cave network, but great, we can't live on that type of planet. No, stop trying to get me to pay you off, guys. I don't see any reason. You guys aren't even a threat at this point. I don't even think about you. Other than wanting to build ships to be able to clean you guys out of the way. Okay, wow. We are printing money right now. 140,000. Our cash flow hasn't changed much. It's mostly the shipbuilding. 60,000 credits last year from shipbuilding. Private colony revenue 76,000 last year, so our shipbuilding almost exceeded our or almost equaled our private economy. Shit. Is this in the same system? Did we foolishly move back here again? Oh no, this is on the other edge of our galaxy. Oh, I just feel like twinges of... This is an unknown creature. What's it look like? They're all the same damn thing. This is the Vulcaner again. Did our ship get destroyed already? We lost another one. We're down to 9 now. The goddamn space monsters are eating us. A Gravelix supergiant. What the hell is that? Ugh. Ugh. I need better warships so I can take care of this. He's like coming up on a planet that I think we have a mine on too. So much for clearing the pirates out. I need to clear out these damn space monsters. Working on our frigate. It's been a pretty... What the fuck? It's been a pretty chill episode so far today. I'd say the last 2 days weren't like crazy over the top. But I think we're getting into a good position to be able to make some interesting stuff happen. Like we've got a lot of targets around the galaxy now. we've got to clear out. I think the concern is those space monsters move around from system to system, so like it feels like our core of our economy is sort of in some of these interior systems, but they've started to kind of push into Dratus Prime and Merizium. Some of these other places we've got important resources. If we take a look at our resource situation here, only one construction resource is low. We are critically low of 2 luxury goods, but no issues on supplies for fuel, so that's good. We have quite a few luxury and construction goods also. 46 new mining locations, 31 mining locations. I don't know if new means we're... Building mining stations, private economy expense. Sacro 5. Oh, they're the space pirates. Nice. Okay, good news. We've researched the patrol ships. Yeah, we've got 46 mining stations set up here. Or these are locations we could set up mines. A lot of these are just rocky asteroids. Jesus. But we are up to 32 mining locations, 6 mining ships, 4 fuel tankers. The ones that we built have jobs. They're transferring fuel between different spots. Makes me wonder if we should research or build some more tankers. All right, so the good news is we now have a frigate design that we can build. So if we go to the ship designs and we go to add new and we go with frigate 150, 450, auto generate. Let's see what the computer gives us. 2 small weapon systems on the outside of the ship, 1 big weapon system in the front. There's actually 4 weapon systems here. Long range cannon in the front, 2 long range cannons on the flank, and then a seeking missile also on the flank. Seeking missiles a standoff weapon. Long range cannons are close in weapons. Attack strength on this is like more than double of our escorts. Defense is also much higher. 2 deflection shield generators and then standard armor, proximity sensor array. Let's go ahead and also equip them with a target tracking system. We're gonna have to figure out weight though, because that does put us a little bit overweight for our hull size, but I do think a target tracking system is going to be really useful for us. So this is a very close-in system. So long-range cannons are... We could replace our seeking missile with a plasma torpedo, which is also a standoff weapon. Slightly less range than the seeking missile, but actually has better attacking capabilities. So we'll do this. We'll keep the long-range cannon on the top of the ship and in the front of the ship, and the 2 flank items are going to be plasma torpedoes. I do want a little bit longer range. I'm a little nervous about having to be inside 800 before we can even return fire. So we'll do that. We'll have 2 plasma torpedoes. It does hurt our attack strength a little. 2 long-range cannons. 3 ion engines. Our reactor is adequate. So we've got a 2 fission reactors, 3 fuel cells, basic command center, basic crew systems, 2 basic crew systems. Top speed for the ship is a little low, and turning rate's a little low. We could do a directional thrust. That'll get rid of the turning rate issue, but top speed will still be a problem. We need to research better engine technology, probably. They can go straight, they can't go fast, and they can't maneuver, but we'll stick with the ion energies. There you go. So my first ship with target tracking as well as proximity, 2 field deflection generators. That'll stop like missiles. I don't know if they stop kinetics, so that's why we have this standard armor. 2 plasma torpedoes, 2 long-range cannons, Yeah. I don't know if like a recreation center or fuel transfer would be useful for a ship like this, but I think we'll just keep this as is. So now the question is, what do we name this frigate design? Well, we'll call it the Samuel Eliot Morrison frigate class. And the reason we're naming it that is I just picked up a couple of Samuel Eliot Morrison's histories of the Pacific in World War II. He was sort of the official Navy historian of World War II. Wrote some very influential books about various operations and campaigns or whatnot in the Pacific theater. Somewhat dated, not always fair to folks like Fletcher, who we didn't interview, but yeah. I also think he had a frigate, I think of the Oliver Perry class that was named after him. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and name it the Samuel Eliot Morrison FFG class. It'll cost 4,000 credits to build. It will have 17 attack strength, 52 defense, 12 maneuvering, and 3.9 sensors. What is that tracking? The targeting doesn't even help the sensors. It's just, presumably, it influences the attack strength. But yeah, that's going to be our first frigate class. So we'll go ahead and save that. And we're going to go ahead and build some. So now that we've got them, if we build 10 of them, that might be enough firepower to deal with some of those systems. So we're going to build 10 of them in our... we're going to build 6 of them on Earth, 10 of them in our spaceport. Let's churn out the frickin' Navy. And then what we're going to do is we're going to basically have a new fleet. We're going to form a second fleet. So let's actually do that here. We're going to go ahead and leave the first fleet, create a new fleet, second fleet. So we're going to pull 2 of our escorts off of Earth duty. We're also going to build a new tanker. Can I like mass select? Yes, I can shift select. Oops. No, don't do that. All right, so first and second fleets now. So there's going to be 13 ships in the second fleet once they're all built. I probably should put some of the frigates in the first fleet as well, but what? Where did this frigate go? It already jumped over to Lavisar to go fight? What the fuck are you guys doing? All right, I'm going to move the fleet over to a gas giant here to pull it away. So 13 ships are in this fleet. Are there other ships that are like... Let's pause here. Okay, so can I... Ship's not in a fleet. So we do have some ships that are not in fleets. Add those 3 frigates there. Okay. Let's also build a new tanker for our new fleet. This is going to be a nightmare for got a bunch of civilian ships waiting to be built too. It's going to be a nightmare once we've got our ships all completed and we've got to pay for their upkeep. How's the shipbuilding economy going? It's mostly being eaten up by military shipbuilding at the moment. Lots of alerts. All right, is that all of the frigates now? We've got the 1 fuel tanker, and then a whole bunch of small freighters for the civilian economy, but that's fine. All right, so the ships... The second fleet's total strength is 1,500. I think it might make sense to combine the first and second fleets for the attack on the pirate base in our own star system. Also, that other ship that was damaged, can you just leave? Like, don't attack that freaking monster. I don't want you to, like, draw... You know what, if you're going to draw the pirate into our friendly base, I don't even care. Go ahead and do that, because we've got enough firepower to stop it. But go repair, and then once you repair, you're going to join the second fleet. All right, you're going to join... second fleet. You getting out of there? Or are you still fighting? No, you're getting out of there. Okay. So you're also going to join the second fleet. Okay, so that's going to give our second fleet, probably once it's repaired, over 1,600 assault strength. Now the enemy pirate in our current base is 1,700. But again, I can use my first fleet, which is primary duty is to protect Earth, to aid there, and then that should overwhelm that enemy. And then we can use the second fleet to move through the stars and sweep through the stars and clean out our section of the galaxy here. You can see our nice, pretty frigates that we've been mass producing and churning out here. The backbone of the fleet, if you will, now. Probably also need a command. Oh, we do have a commander. First fleet no longer has a commander. We have a second fleet commander, though. We have a general, but we don't have any land campaigns. Why are we researching in the territory of those independents? I don't want to piss them off. Apparently we're not. But yeah, so guys, I think that's gonna be it for today's episode. We've been going for almost an hour now. We've got the fleet that we've always wanted, and we are going, and apparently our income situation is not that bad yet. But in any event, we've got the fleet we've always wanted. So now we're going to go ahead and use that fleet to begin attacking folks and begin waging war on pirates. That'll be for the next episode, though. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying, as always, thank you very much for tuning in yet again. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out. Oh, one other real quick thing. I always end my videos with this. If you are interested in picking up Distant Worlds 2, it is available on Steam. It is also available on Matrix and Slytherin's website. And if you're interested in picking it up, you want a Steam key, but you also want to help the channel out, there's a link in the description to my Nexus GG page, which is an official third-party site. Like, they actually work with the publishers. Everything's on the up and up. The only difference is if you buy it through my site, which is NexusGG/Historical Gamer, I think, but there's a link in the description. The only difference then is that you actually help me out, and you don't, you help the developer out because you buy the game. You help me out as well. So if you're interested in doing that, by all means. If not, no worries. I mention it because it's a thing I do. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I'm out.